Vamos a hablar con Al Manzor, que es el ingeniero en jefe del proyecto de la Chevy Trax para aquí el mercado de Estados Unidos durante la visita que hicimos a San Diego.
Well, Al, thank you very much for having us here in beautiful San Diego, even though today's weather is not San Diego-like, right?
Exactly. We picked the 2 or 3 days of rain here in the last. Exactly.
Yeah, incredible. But anyways, I mean, the car will show its other characteristics in this kind of weather too, no?
Exactly. We'll get an opportunity to try the all-wheel drive and the traction capabilities. So a good day for that.
So tell us about this new model. I mean, this is like a pretty much like completely new model for Chevrolet, right, in the lineup.
Exactly. This fits very well in the Chevrolet lineup. It's our 7th vehicle within on the small and compact vehicle segment, starting with the Cruise. So we're very excited to have it fits perfectly well between, again, when you look at where the Sonic is at and where the Equinox is at, right in the middle. So it's a great position in this really growing segment, and it's going to do very well.
Yeah, you mentioned growing segment, and that's like one of the key aspects of this. Like some people might say that there's already a lot of models in this segment. So what's new? What this car brings new to the consumers?
Well, I think with the Trax is true to the Chevy brand. It brings tremendous value. So it's when you sit in the car and you experience the SUV seating height, the visibility, you're impressed and surprised that this is a B-segment vehicle. It's a tall roof, so significant head clearance in front and rear seats. The interior is able to be configurable in many situations. You can fit up to an 8-foot object from the front to rear with a fold-down passenger seat. It's got excellent performance with the 1.4 turbo engine that gives us 34 miles per gallon highway. And we've also got the availability of all-wheel drive. On an LS model, that price is out with all-wheel drive at $22,000, just under $22,500. So it's the lowest price Chevrolet with all-wheel drive. And if you're from the Midwest or the East or in the cold weather states, we're all looking for improved traction.
Or even for the 2 days of rain in San Diego.
Exactly, everywhere, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
because, for example, a lot of people think about four-wheel drive cars like only like off-roading or like snow, or but it really helps in the rain, right?
Absolutely. Our active on-demand all-wheel drive system, it starts out with full 100% traction, a torque to all 4 wheels at 0 or in reverse, and then as you increase speeds up to 37, it transitions to a front-wheel drive configuration. So it's very fuel efficient, but yet offers excellent traction. If you have any slippage at higher speeds, it automatically transfers torque to those wheels.
So you mentioned the top price of almost $22,000. Are you going to make any money with this car?
Well, and the LS,
exactly,
and that's the Chevrolet value story. And the LS starts at $20,995, and even at that price, you're very impressed with the standard features on the vehicle, including MyLink and and our OnStar 4G LTE features. So it's got the technology, it's got the safety, the versatility, and the maneuverability.
Yeah, in terms of the technology, I know the Spark, I know the models have had the capability of pairing your phone and displaying your apps on the screen. Is this the same case with this car?
Very similar. So we have the same Chevy MyLink features with 4 apps, including Bringo. So with the Bringo system, you through your phone and that app, you bring up your nav and you're connected to your vehicle.
But also, there's always like the option of OnStar, which is like one of the best things ever.
Exactly. When if everything else fails, you can press the OnStar button. So you've got this always have the security of OnStar.
So this model, the Trax, inherits some of the cues or like technologies of engineering of the Buick Encore, is it?
Correct. So it's a sister vehicle to the Buick Encore, but very true to the Chevrolet brand. So we have specific ride and handling, we have specific NNV, and the car is very different in the interior and exterior. But it's a great value story for Chevrolet, and again, at $20,995, we're going to have a lot of customers.
Yeah, and I mentioned the similarities with the Encore, specifically in the quietness of the cabin. I mean, we drove just from the hotel here, like maybe 20 minutes in the rain on highway, and I actually noticed like how quiet it is, and I made a comment about that, and somebody told me that that's because of what you were able to bring in from the Encore to this car.
Yeah, we took some of the NNV attributes, as you mentioned, from the Encore. For example, we updated, we have acoustic laminated front windshield. We increased the thickness of the stationary side glass, and we also increased the density and thickness of the dash mat at the motor compartment and also on the passenger compartment. So it really provides a premium, quiet interior cabin.
Yeah. So when is this car, I mean, it's already been built, obviously, but when is it going to be delivered to the dealerships, and where can people start looking for it?
For the U.S., we can see it here in January, so we were at the ports a couple weeks ago and reviewing the vehicles to make sure the quality is perfect, and it is. So you'll see them here very soon.
So where is it made?
We're building out of two plants. We're building out of Bupyeong, Korea, and we're also building out of San Luis Potosi SLP plant in Mexico.
Yeah. Talking about global cars, huh? I mean, like
absolutely.
So it's sold also in other markets, I assume.
Right. This is the 67th country that we're selling now here with the U.S. Yes,
so
globally.
We're kind of late to the party.
Well, we've been launching the Trax here since 2012, so we've done a lot here in a very short period.
Yeah. It's always fascinating to me how like these things work out. Like you have teams obviously working in different countries, different time zones, different languages, and then like it's a huge team of people working on these things. And how that works out together is still fascinating to me.
Well, that's a great point. We're on global calls. It is really a 24/7 business, and so we have our North American team here. We pulled together our homeroom out of Korea, and when we work with our plant in SLP in Mexico, and so there you've got three languages, but we all speak English, but there's different interpretations. So, but we've been doing this for a long time, so we're good at the communication, but it brings all countries and cultures together.
And that's what like the whole, not only the auto industry, but the whole industry in the world, in any field, it's coming to, right? I mean,
exactly.
Everybody has to do that.
Exactly, and so you leverage all those resources across the globe, and you're flexible because you're able to pull things from different regions. So, that allowed us to bring the Trax so quickly to market.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Al, and we're going to go out and drive a few more miles here under the rain in San Diego.
Excellent. My pleasure. Thank you.
Este programa fue una producción de National Latino Broadcasting.